Now in self-defense, one of the most important things is actually to not get hit, because you don't know how strong your attacker is, how skilled they are, and if you get punched, you risk going to the ground, smashing your head on the concrete, becoming unconscious, getting stamped on, and all of your self-defense skills are now completely out of the window. So we're going to dedicate this video to combine our boxing and Krav Maga self-defense skills to give you a defensive strategy that's going to make you really, really difficult to hit. So if you decide that you want to rob a jewelry store, it's not simply a case of you manage to get through the front door of the store and then you help yourself to all the expensive jewels and gold and whatever it is inside the shop. Jewelry stores have multiple layers of defense to mitigate against that happening. So if you do manage to get through the front door, they still have security cabinets, security glass around their expensive watches, and then in the back of the store they'll have their most expensive items locked away in a safe. So the point that I'm making is that jewelry stores have multiple layers of defense to act as fail-safes. If you get through the one, you still have to deal with the other and the other and the other before you get to your target. So let's apply this to self-defense then. Let's say Raul is in his defensive stance. His first line of defense, his front door, is his hands, which he can use to parry, to block, to deflect, to scoop punches out the way. So if I throw a jab and Raul just parries, right, that might be enough, he might be quick enough, but it might not be. And if it's not, his face is there for me to hit. So he needs to combine the front door with a secondary option, okay? So that could be blocking and moving. So even if I just punch, even if his hand isn't there, he's moved, right? So he's outside of the line of my fist. So I've thrown, bang, he's moved. So he's going to combine the parry with the moving as well, so that if I overcome the parry, he's not going to be there to hit anyway.
But sometimes, especially with the jab, he's going to be fast and then he's more or less shrinking. Yeah. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to just move in to my left, and then I'm going to get exposed to his cross. Therefore, we need to add a third layer of defense, which is my elbow, chin down, my shoulder and my elbow covering, bam, and if he throws the cross, bam. Yeah. I'm having a third layer of defense. So, bam, bam, okay? And also, I mean, from a Krav Maga martial arts perspective, bam, the hammer is there, okay? Pan, 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 and then I can punch. Layer number one, parry, deflect, block. Layer number two, body defense. Layer number three, just in case there is a second punch, shrink. And then layer number four, attack, attack, attack. So one of my favorite comic characters is called Tantan. Okay, he's a skinny little guy in the comics. And when he gets attacked, someone punch him, he always wins the fights because he dodges very well. He dodges and blocks very well, and then he counters. So he's not a big guy, he's not a superhero. On the contrary, he's more like an anti-hero, Tantan. And then when he gets punched in the comics, he always manages to block, avoid, and hit back. That's why he wins all the fights. What about he starts throwing hooks, swings, overhands, windmill, call it what you want. Okay, these are very powerful punches, very powerful punches. It's the most, I think it's the most primeval punch in a monkey, in a human baby. They start doing this, okay? And it's very powerful. So number one, block, okay? It's like, oh, just like, oh, cover, run for cover, okay? It's a block, okay? And then number two, move away, go with it, go with the punch. Like, again, like the suspension of a car. You are taking the punch, but you are rolling with it. You are getting away with it. Like when the car hit a bump, absorb with the suspension mechanism, right? It's something like that. Bam. You see professional boxing, they do that a lot. Yeah, bam, and come back, bam, and come back to the guard.
But if your attacker massively overpowers you, even that 1-2 might not be enough, because a hit from a really strong guy could still put you down. So in that case, we're going to have to do something a little bit different, a bit more proactive. Okay, so let's talk through each layer. If I throw a big, massive, strong hook, layer number one is going to be coming out and meeting that punch. If I go here, you can see better. It's coming out and meeting that punch. That's layer number one. But if layer number one fails, his head's still there, right? So now we need to add layer number two. So layer number one, layer number two is stepping, okay? Stepping, because now, if I go over the top, his head's not there anymore, right? I've gone over the top, his head has come closer, he's no longer in my line of attack. So I've thrown, bang, he's come forward, closed the distance. Layer number three is he's gonna strike me at the same time. Bang, here. Layer number 1, 2, and 3. And 4.
So let's gonna see the body shots. The main one is the uppercut, could be that semi-hook to the body, uppercuts, yeah. anything that comes to the belly. We are gonna block and we are gonna do the body movement, okay? So I'm gonna block, probably it's gonna be with the forearms, with the elbows, and hopefully you're gonna break his fist with your elbow, but could be also with the palm if you want. Some boxers, they block with the palm, happy days, but again, you need to move your body, you need to orientate your body away,
So we can apply that layer principle to kicks as well. So if I was to throw a big front kick, boom, here, one layer of defense might not be enough. So if he tries to block it and he misses, I'm going to kick him into next week, okay? So we need, not only do we need defense number one, which is a parry, but we also need to move out of the way to not be there. So if I get through number one, I've still missed him because he's moved out of the way. So it's going to be 1 and 2 moving out of the way. If I'm not trained, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up lunging into him, which is good for him. So if I've kicked, bang, I've lunged in, into that bastard. I walk onto the end of his attack.
If the kick comes to the groin, okay, then what I was doing against the chest, it's not gonna be enough. Then I need to use my palm, okay, well, my palm, my whole forearm. So if he's throwing to my groin, I'm gonna need to do this. He's gonna be stronger than my forearm. So in here I really need to get out, okay? I really need to get out.
The layers principle applies if someone wants to take us down as well. If Raul comes in to try and take me down, doing that isn't going to be enough, right? Because he could still take my legs. So I'm doing the block. This is my front door. Come in. This is my front door. But look at my back door, right? I'm moving my legs back at the same time, okay? So I'm using my hands, but I'm also using my feet. So if my hands fail, my feet are back, my legs are back, and it's more difficult for him to take me down. So Raul and I have been training for a long time, and you might find that you struggle to apply the techniques exactly, but it's the principles that are more important than the actual techniques. So you might find that in order to do a perfect boxing absorb and roll is very difficult. Your natural instinct might just be, oh shit, and move back. That's absolutely fine. Just try and add something to it, even if it's your natural moving back, but just sticking a hand up, right? So at least then you've got some kind of insurance policy. If it's a big cross, your natural instinct might just be, oh shit, move back. Fine, but just try and bring your hands in front of your face at the same time. You don't have to have the exact techniques. The principles are way more important, and those principles are try to get as many fail-safes as you can, so if one goes wrong, you've got another to rely on, and another, and so on.
And remember, it doesn't matter if you are 17 years of age or 77. You can get punched anytime. So life is cruel. People are cruel, and they're not gonna, he's 80 years of age, I'm not gonna punch him. No, they're gonna punch you. And these principles we are showing to you today, they are applicable even if you are not an athlete.
So there you go, you've got a layered defensive strategy that you can use to make yourself really difficult to hit. And if you like that video, the boffins at YouTube think you're gonna love this next one. So make sure you check it out. Cheers, guys.